What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link is in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everyone for supporting. But this video, though, this video is entitled Black Men Understand Life Isn't Fair. As a group, we get it. See, it makes me chuckle when I see other groups of people get hit with the unfairness of life and they have a meltdown. And it makes me chuckle because I'm a black man. I understand that life is unfair. My fellow brothers understand that life is unfair because all these advantages all these other people have, we don't get them. See, there ain't nobody we can call the police on and swat them in hopes they get killed and get to go home and fall asleep and smile like nothing ever happened. That ain't our character to do it, but we don't do that. We don't have the ability to do that. So if the police get called, we know we in the worst position. Everybody else, they know this also. So we understand life isn't fair. So when life hits you in the mouth for something, we don't understand why you're crying about it. We understand that we can create something. And everybody in the world knows we created it, but everybody can steal it and make more money off of it than we can. But when everybody who Voltron's against our empowerment, when it happens to them, all of a sudden it's wrong and it's not right. We need to sue everybody and the law works for them so they can get their just due. But we see it coming a mile away because we understand life isn't fair. Immigrants come to this country. How come you couldn't do anything? How come you haven't done this, that, and the third? Here's the thing. We don't get 7 years without paying taxes. You do. We can't go to your countries and live there without paying taxes for 7 years. You can come here. We understand the unfairness in that. We can't go to your country and get loans under the premise of things that you fought for in your own country. That now you can't get it, but me as a black person, I could go to your country and get stuff that you fought for. And claim that because we're people of color, I can get bumped ahead of you. We understand it isn't fair. And then when you have your moment when America turns on you, and then you're like, oh my God. No. You played this game. See, if I'm your stepping stone and I know how you stepping over me, when you get stepped on, I have no sympathy. You had no problem using me as a stepping stone. So why do you want my sympathy? Not gonna get it. But we understand that life isn't fair. We get it. And a lot of people have a hard issue with that. And for me, I'm like, it's really not as big as you making it. That's just in my opinion, right? It's just not as big as you making it. We understand that life isn't fair when it comes to perception. See, everything we say is perceived to be mean, evil, and a lie. And your lies are perceived as the truth. So when we bring proof, our character is questioned even if we have proof. But see, when you're in that situation, it's an issue then, right? Because what? You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? Your word as a human being is supposed to be believed, right? You can't be a liar. See, we have to prove constantly that we're not lying. And we have to get... No. We understand it isn't fair, but we also understand when these things happen to you other people, when we not in the room on a repeated basis, we get it. There's no sympathy. See, we can't make up false allegations in the world believe it. We can't do that. You don't see black men running around, I got raped by a white woman. Oh, she took it. Oh, she took it. I got scratches on my face. We understand that life isn't fair. We understand that due process isn't fair for us. See, when it's not fair for you, then it's an issue. We get it already. It's not fair. We get that capitalism isn't fair to us. All of you people get it when y'all, capitalizing on the fact that it isn't fair to us. We're just trying to figure out what's your issue, why you need help when you're on the other side of the gun. I don't get it. See, we could have told you it wasn't fair. We could tell you the school system isn't fair. We could have told you that a long time ago. We understand that some teachers actually teach, and some teachers teach according to race and gender. Some teachers grade according to race and gender. And you know who's on the short end of that stick? Us. We understand it isn't fair. And this is why there's so many dumb people in society, because guess what? They bumped up all of their grades to make them look smarter than they were. And now you're running around with all of these educated, deansless people who are complete utter idiots because everybody catered to them. And now you got all these people in these positions who are incompetent. But you want to blame us. That's affirmative action. Can't be affirmative action because affirmative action don't hire us. Just like we understand. So when your companies are crumbling from the inside, and all these people who are quote unquote minorities, but y'all blaming us. But they're women and they're black, so they fit two categories. They're women and they're white, so they fit in the minority category. They're a person of color, man or woman, so they fit two categories. Now, when they can't do the job, that ain't my fault. When they start making these stereotypes about these people and they start hating them on these jobs and they start treating them like trash, that ain't my fault. We understand life isn't fair. You get what I'm saying? We get it already. So, a lot of us aren't really tripping on the fact that life isn't fair. A lot of us are tripping on the fact that y'all want us to cry for y'all when y'all knew the game y'all was playing up front. What am I supposed to cry for you for? We understand that at the end of the day, you other people could get away with murder, literally. And we get blamed for it while you go home. Watch this. We understand that it isn't fair. And I've heard a YouTuber, shout out to Harvey Superboy, say this a couple of times. See, Bill Cosby ain't too old to go to jail because he's a black man on hearsay. But the white lady who lied and got Emmett Till killed is too old to go to jail, and she's, 2 years older than Bill Cosby. See, we understand life isn't fair. We get the premise of that. We understand that you could change the whole law and change the whole media, and we see it in real time. Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby. Harvey Weinstein. Put that in the back. What's the other guy's name? Les Moonves. Put that in the back. Kevin Spacey. Put that in the back. And what happens is, see, all the victims of these other people and these other groups, when they see a black face, like, oh, get him. When they realize their face isn't a black man, and they go home scot-free, the law. You already knew the law. You benefited from the law. You should have known that they aren't going to get treated like the black guy. As a matter of fact, it's so bad that maybe between 2 years ago, there was a judge who told a jury to not look at this white woman who he was prosecuting as a white woman. I need you to look at her as if she was a black man so she can really get sentenced to what she really deserved. It's that bad. See, we understand it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? We understand last hired, first fired better than y'all. See, we can't go in there, and we understand we got to do our job, do it well, and hope to get referrals. But we also understand y'all go in there and just yell at people. I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this, I'll sue you, and I'll sue you. Get the job done. Don't do no work. Just go there yelling at people all day long. We understand it isn't fair. I'm loud and aggressive. I'm not passionate. This isn't passionate. No, it's not, because it's viewed differently. We understand that it isn't fair. It's not going to be looked at the same. I can't believe you're that smart. I can't believe you can't think. I hate to break it to y'all. Most of your major cities in America are productive major cities because of integration in black men. Where are all these great cities in America without black people? Explain that. You don't hear anybody talking about the greatness of Maine, New Hampshire, Delaware, Connecticut, do you? How great Montana, North and South Dakota, Idaho, Wyoming. The great city, Spokane, you don't hear that, do you? The top 10 cities in America are usually pretty much have been heavily populated by black people for plenty of years, maybe getting gentrified now. But all the greatness of these cities, think about it. New York, L.A., Chicago, Miami. We gonna keep going? Atlanta. We gonna keep going? New Orleans. Where are the major media markets at? Boston has a heavy black population. Think about that. Pick a city. The less black people it is, the less popular it is, the less great it is. Why? Because the foundation is on what? But we understand we don't get the credit for that. DC. You know what? I'm just saying we understand that life isn't fair. And we need y'all to understand that we don't want to hear y'all crying about life not being fair when you participate and in making sure it's unfair for us on a regular basis. Keep it to yourself. We out. Am I speaking for every black person on the planet? Nah, not really, but I'm just speaking. We out.